Hey, glad to have you along for SportsCenter. Glad to have Linda Cohn here as well. I'm Stan Barrett. The Warriors hadn't played since Saturday. Steve Kerr said that helped them in two different ways. They got some rest and 2 days of practice to continue working DeMarcus Cousins into what they do.
Yeah, let's see if that strategy paid off for Golden State against the San Antonio Spurs. Let's go, shall we? Here we go. There's Kevin Durant. Durant had a hot start in the first half, set the tone. How hot? Well, he started the game 6 for 6, knocking down a couple of threes, jumpers in the arc. Durant finished the first with 15 points, 6 for 8 shooting. Finished the game with 23 points. Yet, the Warriors only led by 2 at the end of 1. Warriors took advantage of their fast break skills, so what else is new? Warriors up 7 when Draymond Green does this. Quick passing led to that. Steph Curry 3 for 5 from three-point range. It's a 10-point Warriors lead, and then Curry picks off the pass from Bellinelli, and that led the fast break to the easy bucket. The Warriors scored 25 fast break points in the first half. Third quarter, Warriors on fire like they weren't before. Spurs can't connect on the alley-oop, and Klay Thompson to Durant, who doesn't miss from there. It's 72-59. A couple minutes later, Rudy Gay, his pass stolen by Curry. Curry hits Durant. You know, Curry, Durant, and Thompson combined to shoot 71% from the field. I guess that's pretty good. 1 of 479 late in the third. Curry to Andre Iguodala. The off-balance 3 goes. You know who's going wild? The bench. That's because the Warriors were lighting it up from the field. Iguodala out of the corner. Pass to Durant. Take another look. Incredible. An incredible 17 of 22 shooting by the Warriors in that third quarter. That's 49 points. Yeah, they win 141 to 102. The Warriors really got out and ran in this one. That's me telling you, but you already saw it. They scored 50. I said 50 fast break points. It's the most by any team this season, and their most in a game over the last 20 seasons. The only other team in that time to score 50 fast break points, the Suns, who did it 3 times.
Hey, like Tupac said, let's go from Oakland to Sacktown. James Harden and the Rockets, they're taking on the Kings. Harden, 28 straight 30-point games in a streak that appears to have no end in sight. Let's show you how he got the latest one early in the first. Harden, 3-ball, feeling it early. Another step back 3, why not? 12 points in the first quarter for Harden. Kings did a good job keeping him off the line. He only shot 2 free throws in this game. Rockets up 15 in the second, but the 3 was falling from everywhere, including off the glass.
Yeah.
Next possession. We'll give you another look at that one. Just give him a screen, and he'll do the rest. This is 4th 3 of the half. The Rockets jacked up 51 threes, made 20 of them. That's 4 for Harden. Later in the second, Rockets of 26. Chris Paul drives, draws the attention of all 5 Kings, and that means Harden is wide open. 250 threes this season, and he gets lonely for that one. His 5th of the half, 251st of the season. Next possession, Harden. 25 points in the first half, 6 threes, tied for the most by Harden in a half in his career. Rockets up 31 in the third. This is their first possession. And the second half is going to start like the first half started. 8 threes in the game for Harden. He shot 8 of 13 from long range. He's got 28 points at this point. Next possession. There's number 8, 32. So there's the 28th straight game with 30-plus. Rockets up big. They're leading by 25 in the fourth. Harden's still in there. Frank Mason fouled him, and then Harden throws the ball at Mason's feet, and then they're going to get to know each other a little bit. Harden wound up with a technical there as Mason smacked him in the beard. But the possession continued after the technical free throw. And so Harden going to go right at Mason. Harden with 36. The Rockets win it 127 to 101. That's 3 in a row for Houston. So again, Harden up to 28 straight games with 30-plus points. Still the 3rd longest streak in NBA history. He's going to go for number 29 Saturday, 8:30 Eastern on ABC against the Thunder. He's also done it in 13 straight road games. That's tied for the 2nd longest streak in NBA history. He only trails Will Chamberlain, who did it in 47 straight games in 61-62.
Hornets and Mavericks. Funny thing happened to Harrison Barnes. Not sure if he was laughing. You see, he'd start the game for the Mavericks, of course, but he was traded during the game to Sacramento. Yeah, Jalen Brunson to Barnes. More on that in a sec. Later in the second, Mavs up 2. Barnes. Three-pointer. Mavs up 5. In the third with the Mavs down 3. Barnes driving. He'll finish. And that would be the last bucket as a member of the Mavs as he was again traded to the Kings mid-game. Mavs would win. Barnes would have 10 points in his final game as a Maverick. Here's the head coach, Rick Carlisle, on the madness of the in-game trade.
Look, this is madness, right now, this week, it's just, it's a zoo, but that's part of the real compelling aspect of our league. So we all understand that. Dynamic business, you deal with things as they happen. I mean, the trade deadline goes through tomorrow afternoon, so, hang on to your you-know-what.
What should we hang on to? Well, that in a moment. LeBron James, it was his night off, but he was busy on Instagram. Yeah, and it was about this in-game trade of Barnes. Here's his post. So let me guess, this is cool because they had to do what was best for the franchise, right? Traded this man while he was literally playing in the game and had zero, capitals, idea. I'm not knocking who traded him because it's a business and you have to do what you feel what's best. But I just want this narrative to start to get real/change, and not when a player wants to be traded or leaves a franchise that he's a selfish/ungrateful player. But when they trade you, release, waive, cut, etc., etc., it's best for them, exclamation point. I'm okay with both, honestly. Truly am. Just call a spade a spade. Brian Windhorst joins us now just in the nick of time. I mean, we'll put Anthony Davis talk on hold for just a second. You know LeBron better than anybody. Why is he chiming in on this?
Well, he's right and he's wrong on this one. Paul Pierce just put on his reporter hat. We call him Mr. Truth. He's got that.
That's right.
And he said that Harrison Barnes actually knew before this game that there was a good chance he was going to get traded, and he elected to play. So he didn't have zero idea like LeBron says there. But the point that LeBron is making there is that this goes both ways. If a player can exercise his right to what his choice is, so can the organization. And I do think that's a fair point. We've never seen anything like this last 10 days in the terms of the way the information is coming flying out. And I've definitely, Linda, seen players get pulled out of games who've been traded before. But tonight we had guys pulled out of layup lines. We had guys pulled out of the middle of games. We had other guys afraid that they were going to get traded. Other guys who didn't get on planes for games tomorrow because they're afraid they're going to get traded. This is a critical mass. And all LeBron is saying here is, let's remember that when guys like Anthony Davis say, trade me.
Listen, if this wasn't coming from a guy named LeBron James, do you think the commissioner, Adam Silver, would be involved in saying, hey, this is none of your business?
The thing about it is, Adam Silver has let the players go this direction. David Stern,
is that smart?
Well, David Stern would never have allowed it. David Stern ruled with an iron fist. Adam Silver has been more open-minded and allowed the players to exercise their viewpoint, and there's no stopping it now. And LeBron is leading that charge and has been for several years.
It's something worth watching, because I have a feeling it's not going away.
You're right.
Neither is this talk about Anthony Davis, of course. Why? Here's what I want to know from you, Brian. Will he still be a Pelican after this trading deadline?
In all likelihood. We can't rule anything out because things happen fast, but it looks like the Pelicans are preparing to have him on the roster after 3 o'clock Eastern tomorrow. The bar that they have set is so high. And part of it is, if you look at the package that the Knicks got for Porzingis this last week, you look at the package that the Clippers got for Tobias Harris, that's a guy with 3 months left on his contract. They got 4 draft picks for him last night. 4. The bar for trading for Anthony Davis is so high. The Lakers shot for the moon, and they couldn't make it there. It's unlikely that a team will be able to make it happen by tomorrow. And then we pivot to a different standoff, which is that Anthony Davis wants to continue playing, and the Pelicans, I think, are going to send him home and not play him the rest of the season.
Oh, my goodness. I cannot wait to hear the latest on that. He's had that finger injury, obviously, missing
He is healthy enough to play
games.
now, yeah.
Healthy enough to play, but Ooh, that's a threat.
Yeah.
Brian Windhorst, thank you so much. We're going to see a lot more of you and everybody else from the cast of The Jump Thursday, starting at 1 p.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Pacific. Get up early. It's The Jump's trade deadline special presented by Kia. Rachel Nichols, Tracy McGrady, Scottie Pippen, Paul Pierce, Woj, and of course Brian Windhorst, all breaking down all the deadline deals. Can't wait. The Warriors, 24 of 25 from the field in a stretch of 15 minutes across the second and third quarters. They were amazing in their win, 141-102.
Kevin Durant, 23 points in this game. And after the game, an interesting exchange in the locker room when Durant got a question about free agency.
We've noticed that you hadn't talked for a while. Is it anything to do with anything on your mind, or has it just been coincidence that you haven't talked for some time?
Why do you care?
Because you usually talk.
Well, I ain't feel like talking the last couple of days.
It was anything in particular?
No, I just ain't feel like it.
Had anything to do with conversation about free agency?
Yeah, that's the conversation you're going to have. I don't think about that type of stuff. That's your job.
You've obviously been around the noise for so long. Is it bothering you more this year? Is it louder this year?
It's unnecessary. You got a dude, Ethan Strauss, who come in here and just give his whole opinion on stuff and make it seem like it's coming from me. And he just walk around here, don't talk to nobody, just walk in here and survey and then write something like that. And now y'all piling on me because I don't want to talk to y'all about that. I have nothing to do with the Knicks. I don't know who traded Porzingis. They got nothing to do with me. I'm trying to play basketball. Y'all come in here every day, ask me about free agency, ask my teammates, my coaches. You rile up the fans about it. Y'all let us play basketball. That's all I'm saying. And now when I don't want to talk to y'all, it's a problem with me. Come on, man. Grow up. Grow up. Yeah, you, grow up. Come on, bro. I come in here and go to work every day. I don't cause no problems. I play the right way. Or I try to play the right way. I try to be the best player I can be every possession. What's the problem? What am I doing to y'all?
You weren't talking media.
So? Who are you? Why do I got to talk to you? Tell me. Is that going to help me do my job better? Nah, bro. I didn't feel like talking.
Kevin, the free agency thing really hadn't been that much of a discussion coming to you because we got it loud and clear, at least most of us should have, that it was off limits. Don't go
what's
there.
the problem now?
No, just that you've been quiet and you're not usually quiet. You usually share your opinions and stuff. So everybody's like trying to figure out what's going on. And we were all getting questions from fans like, what's wrong with Kevin? I just tell them, he's playing okay, but he's not talking right now.
I just don't trust none of y'all. Every time I say something, it's get twisted up and thrown out in so many different publications, try to tear me down with my words that I say. So when I don't say nothing, it's a problem. I just want to play ball. I want to go to the gym and go home. That's all. Is that a problem? All right, then.
Yeah, I mean, how are you playing? How's the team playing in the last couple weeks?
I'm done. You know you don't care about that.
I just asked you.
Have a good night.
I was waiting for him to start talking about practice.
But he was sounding pretty serious, Stan, for sure. I mean,
Yeah.
Kevin Durant, you're right. He's known for his quiet demeanor, but he's also known for being a bit sensitive as well. But I credit him for speaking out. Media is still trying to do its job, but something's bothering him, and you can tell the trading deadline and everything else connected about his future is getting to him.
Yeah, a testy night for NBA superstars. LeBron James speaking out on Instagram, Kevin Durant going straight to the mic. Meanwhile, Giannis Antetokounmpo doing his thing on the court. Man, what a game for Antetokounmpo and the Bucks at home looking for a fifth straight victory. And, I mean, they put it on the Wizards. First, though, we'll take you back to a year ago, February 6, 2018.
Who doesn't remember this?
Oh, boy. Tim Hardaway Jr. would like to forget it. but we're not going to let him.
No.
Because it's too much fun to watch. Early first quarter for Wednesday, Malcolm Brogdon misses, Antetokounmpo does not. Later in the first, he is from Greece, so he can Euro step. He shot 17 of 21 for the game. Malcolm Brogdon in on the action. He was 3 for 4 from 3, he had 18. The Bucks, they shot the lights out in the first quarter. They dropped 50 in the first, 20 of 27 from the floor, 7 of 9 from 3. Tied the most points in the first quarter in team history. And then second quarter, he just keeps on rolling. Time winding down in the second, he gets a screen from Brook Lopez, drives, and hits Brogdon on the wing. No-look pass for 3 more. The Bucks 19 of 30 from 3 as a team, and Antetokounmpo drawing and dishing. Look at the vision to make the pass from the lane out to the wing to Brogdon. Bucks shot 60% from the floor, 85 points in the first half, 85. Most points the Bucks have scored in the first half in franchise history. Everybody was hitting from Milwaukee, even the fans.
Really?
This is for $5 grand. Money.
A lot of it.
Yeah. He's feeling it. So was Antetokounmpo and all of his teammates. Giannis had the line. He misses. Eric Bledsoe. He had 22, 6 bucks in double figures, and Antetokounmpo led the way. He says, I'll take that, and you take this, on the way to 43. One shy of tying his career high to go with 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 steals. Bucks, the first team to 40 wins this season. Jay Billis joins us now. Jay, this crossover was perfectly timed for you. You got to see Giannis Antetokounmpo and that offensive show that Milwaukee put on. What impresses you most about Antetokounmpo?
Well, Giannis is a complete freak, as his nickname tells you. He's so good with the ball. He can rip and run, take it the other way. He's an excellent passer, and he can get to the rim. He can finish. He was spectacular. 43 points. He found teammates. He defended. I've never seen a player quite like him. He's amazing.
Jay, we're going to go back to the draft in 2013 because, you know, there's some guys you see it, you recognize it immediately. LeBron James or Anthony Davis or Zion Williamson, the way he's projecting now. Giannis went 15th to the Bucks, so there's 14 teams that were probably like a do-over now. Why do you think they didn't see it?
Well, he came out of one of the lower divisions in Greece, so it wasn't like Doncic where he had played at the highest level. He was thin, but he has exploded to a point where, frankly, Stan, I've not seen a player like him. I'm fortunate I get to watch Zion Williamson in college, who's truly unique. There's never been a player like Zion Williamson. But I can also say I don't think there's ever been a player like Giannis on any level. And this guy is getting better and better. He's not where he's going to be. He's going to keep rising, and that's a scary thought for the league.
What are the components in that rising? What can he add to his game that'll make him even more of a threat?
Well, he can make his free throws. He's got a good-looking stroke, but I think he can become a more potent and more consistent perimeter shooter. If he gets that where he can consistently knock down a 3 and knock down a perimeter jumper, and you've got to come out and get him, he's going to go by you all the time. He can get to the rim almost at will anyway without having that shooting threat.
All right, Jay, I'm jealous you got to see it up close. I shot a commercial with him, but I still haven't seen him play live yet. So we appreciate having your perspective on the show.
Thank you.